Good morning, everybody. Grace and peace to you from our Lord Jesus Christ and all the saints here in Central California. This is going to be another I got called after hours video. So I am on call this week, or standby as the county calls it. And I got called on this a couple weeks ago too. Actually, the last time I was on call. I'm on call every other week. So 2 weeks ago, I got called for the exact same thing. They called and said, the tube system is down again. I said, okay, are you sure it's down? Or is there just some tube stations offline? Because sometimes they call me about that. Now, we don't maintain the pneumatic tube system. We host the servers that run it, but we don't fix it. We don't do anything with it. So anyway, the poor help desk lady calls, and she's kind of stuck in the middle. I said, okay, well, you know what, I'll log into the server and I'll check it out, because I was telling her, well, last time somebody was rebooting it. So what I did is I just connected to the VPN from home, and then you can see this here. That's our tube system, and all these little dots are tube stations, and these are gates and diverters. And you can see one right here, 15 to 40. That's kind of moving through the system. You'll see it change position. And that's what I was seeing last night. I was seeing these they call them transactions. So I was seeing these transactions complete. But what I was also seeing and hearing was the alarm sound, because all of these stations right here, this diverter, these three stations were all offline. Like, okay, why is that? So my first thing was it's maybe a power issue, which turned out to ultimately be correct. So what I did is I jumped on Intermapper from home, and I just went into the web page, and when I looked at it, and right now we have one switch that's got a link down, so ignore that. That's not the switch I'm talking about. This switch, is that it? Yeah. This switch all by itself way down here. I'm not going to get you any closer because I don't want you to see names and IP addresses and stuff. But that switch was showing offline. Well, what's the significance of that? Well, number one, that switch lost power, which I had no evidence of at the time. But in the back of my mind, I was remembering, I was talking to my buddy Jose from engineering, who told me that earlier in the week, he responded to an air conditioning problem in the closet where that switch is located. And what he found is that another network admin, remember the guy I talked about that mounted the switches backwards? So he's mounted some other servers in this room. This room was only designed to be a small engineering space with a few devices in it, and he's basically turned it into his backup data center. Now that's a notable reason, to put things there. We want backups in places, but that room really wasn't designed for it. So earlier in the week, Jose shows up, and he's there's an air conditioning complaint, so they go over there and they check it out, and he said that room was like 130 degrees. So they opened it up, and they almost couldn't even go in there. He said it was 200 degrees, and it's about 130, 135. And really, I don't know why the switches and the servers hadn't shut down at that point, but they hadn't. So Jose, being who he is, they got the air conditioner back online because the air conditioner had quit, and propped the door open, and he just yanked the power on the servers, which they're Nutanix servers, and they're generating a lot of heat. And oh yeah, I'm still running this. That's a problem with the gate. There's a tube was stuck. Let me get out of here so it doesn't distract me. Goodbye. All right. So he unplugged the servers and got the room back under control and just left them that way. So I suspect what happened is yesterday the health clinic's IT staff came back out and plugged those servers in, and the room started heating up again. And this time the switch did shut itself down to protect itself. I don't know what else got shut down in there, but I'm pretty sure it was, I think the UPS is shut down as well. So I called the gal back and said, okay, with this in mind, this whole backstory in mind about the heat and the power and issues in that room, I called her back and said, hey, I think it's a power issue. So, and I don't respond to power issues, that's such engineering. So I called her back, said, hey, power issue, call engineering back, tell them they should send somebody out there to check the power. And she said, okay, and I'll call you back if we need anything else. I never heard back, thankfully, but still made me wake up early worrying about it. So I'm here super early today. It's like a full half hour before my shift actually starts. So I figured, hey, I'll make this video. And I got a couple other things I'm gonna do, add a route to a switch, that sort of thing, which I like to do when not much is going on. So anyway, that's one of those things that here, at least here, I'd say at least 90% of all of our network outages have all been power issues. So you hear you got a network problem, very first thing to check, first rule of troubleshooting, is it plugged in? So always check to make sure you got good power. So there you go, take it for what it's worth. This is going to be a short, sweet video this week. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, any suggestions. And remember, you can always email me directly at networkadminlife@pm.me. That's networkadminlife@pm.me. We'll catch you guys all next week. God bless.